The fact is they think about their product, they know they've got a product that works. And I think what we'll get into is traditional, what we would think of as old school or traditional marketing just doesn't work anymore.
Nope.
And definitely one of the things that piqued my interest with you is what you've been writing on. And I know working with your clients is more of that mindset driven marketing. And, that's really what I wanted to get into today was I think there's so much value and there's not enough people talking about it. So, maybe before we dive deep into it, kind of just giving us an overview of what kind of led you down this path. And then we'll dive into, one, what is it and how should we be thinking about it in our businesses?
Yeah, I wrote a book a few years ago called Roadmap to Revenue: How to Sell the Way Your Customers Want to Buy. And that I was actually one of the first people to identify that to characterize the selling process as a buying process. So it's not really about us selling anything. It's about the customer going through a process of buying, and they have certain concerns and desires and questions, and we need to satisfy those while they're on their buying journey. We can't force them into our journey. They won't go. They don't care.
Right.
They want to buy something, and they have very specific questions. So the whole book is about dissecting the buying process, looking at the amount of scrutiny that they put into the process. There are light, medium, heavy, and intense scrutiny products and services. And if you understand where your product and service is, you're a lot better off. And I teach people in the book how to interview their customers, their current customers who will be open and willing to talk. When you're selling to somebody, they don't want to talk to you. They're playing poker, they're negotiating, they are not going to tell you what they're thinking. But after they buy, they've got a vested interest in your product or service and they want you to succeed. And they'll be happy to reveal what their thought process was. So I've been kind of working on that road for a long time, and people are still hesitant to talk to their customers for some
Yeah.
reason, which is frustrating. And so I just kept working on that. And then I realized, I guess about 6 months ago, that it's not the persona and it's not the channel. And everybody's been focusing on who the people are, which is the persona, and where they're gathering, which is the channels. But if the message is wrong, none of that's going to work. And I realized it's the mindset of the buyer. It's what's going on in their mind. It's the things they're looking for that they absolutely have to have, and the things that don't matter as much. And what companies assume, by the way, about that is completely different than what the customer is thinking. I've been doing interviews of customers for decades, and I've interviewed thousands of customers now for hundreds of companies, and the list is always different. What the customer actually wants, what matters to them, and what the company thinks they want. So everybody's been assuming and then going out and with the wrong message and doing these personas, which doesn't really matter. An 80-year-old person will buy the same appliance as an 18-year-old person, and maybe even for the same reasons. So you have to understand their mindset.